Imagine waking up tomorrow with $1 million in your bank account. What's the first thing you do? If your answer involves a house, a car, a vacation, or paying off family debts, you're about to learn something very important today. Because that instinct, that very natural, very human instinct, is exactly what keeps most lottery winners, professional athletes, and first-generation millionaires broke within 5 years. The first million is a test. And most people fail it. Not because they're stupid. Not because they're irresponsible. But because nobody ever taught them what the rich actually do when that number hits their account. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. We're going to walk through the most common mistakes people make with their first million, and reveal exactly what wealthy people do instead. This is the video I wish everyone could see before they got rich. The first million is special. It's a turning point. But it's also a trap, if you don't know the rules. Research shows that a large percentage of people who receive sudden wealth lose most of it within just a few years. Not because life got expensive. But because they made predictable, avoidable mistakes. The rich know these mistakes. They study them. They avoid them deliberately. Today, we study them together. Mistake by mistake. Secret by secret. Let's go. Mistake 1, they spend it like income, not capital. This is the most dangerous mistake of all. When most people get $1 million, they treat it like a giant paycheck. They start spending it, big purchases, lifestyle upgrades, helping family, taking trips. It feels natural. You finally have money. Why not enjoy it? Here's the problem. $1 million spent is just $1 million gone. But $1 million invested is a machine that keeps producing money forever. Rich people understand a critical distinction. There are two types of money, income and capital. Income is money you earn and spend. Capital is money you put to work. The moment you spend your capital like income, the machine stops. The golden goose is cooked. Here's the aha moment: the rich never see their first million as money to spend. They see it as the seed that grows the next 10 million. A $1 million portfolio generating 7% annually produces $70,000 a year, every year, without touching the principal. That's nearly $6,000 a month, passively, forever. But the moment you start pulling from the principal to fund a lifestyle, that number shrinks. And it shrinks fast. The wealthy protect capital fiercely. They live off returns, not the principal itself. This single mindset shift, capital versus income, separates people who stay rich from people who were briefly rich. What the rich do instead, they invest the million first. Then they live off a portion of the returns. Mistake 2, they tell everyone. This mistake is quieter. But it's just as destructive. When most people come into serious money, they tell people. Family. Friends. Colleagues. Sometimes social media. It feels good. It feels like sharing success. But here's what actually happens next. Requests start coming in. A cousin needs a loan. A friend has a great investment opportunity. A family member needs help with a bill. Then another. Then another. The pressure builds. Saying no feels cruel. Saying yes drains the account. Here's the aha moment: sudden visible wealth creates sudden invisible obligations. And those obligations are incredibly hard to escape once established. Wealthy people who build lasting fortunes are almost always quiet about their money. Not secretive in a cold way, but private in a strategic way. They understand that financial privacy protects both the money and the relationships. Because money changes people, including the people around you. What the rich do instead, they keep the number private. They make financial decisions quietly, with trusted advisors, not with family dinners and group chats. Mistake 3, they buy a bigger life immediately. This is the most visible mistake. And the most socially encouraged one. Get $1 million, buy a big house. Get a luxury car. Move to a nicer neighborhood. Upgrade everything. Society celebrates this. Movies celebrate this. Social media celebrates this. But wealthy financial planners quietly call it the lifestyle trap. And it's one of the fastest ways to turn $1 million into nothing. Here's why. A bigger house means a bigger mortgage, bigger property taxes, bigger maintenance costs, bigger utility bills, and bigger insurance premiums. Every upgrade brings a hidden monthly expense that never goes away. Suddenly, your $1 million isn't producing income. It's funding a lifestyle that now requires even more money just to maintain. Here's the aha moment: every dollar spent on upgrading your lifestyle is a dollar that stops working for you permanently. The rich don't upgrade their lifestyle the moment money arrives. They upgrade their asset base first. They buy income-producing assets, rental properties, dividend stocks, business stakes, before they buy bigger houses or flashier cars. Once those assets produce reliable monthly income, they upgrade their lifestyle using that income. Not using the capital itself. This is a completely different order of operations. And it's the difference between lasting wealth and a very expensive few years. What the rich do instead, they buy assets before they buy luxuries. Lifestyle upgrades come from investment returns, not from the principal. Mistake 4, they try to invest it all at once. This one catches even smart people off guard. When someone suddenly has a large sum of money, the instinct is to invest it all immediately. Get it working right away. Don't leave it sitting around doing nothing. This feels logical. But it carries a hidden risk called timing risk. If you invest $1 million in a lump sum and the market drops 30% the following month, you've just lost $300,000 on paper, and psychologically, most people panic and sell at the worst possible moment. Here's the aha moment: even experienced investors rarely put everything in at once. They use a strategy called dollar cost averaging, spreading investments over time to reduce the impact of market timing. This doesn't mean waiting years. It might mean investing over 6 to 12 months, steady, consistent amounts, regardless of what the market is doing. It feels slower. But it protects against the emotional devastation of a poorly timed lump sum investment. What the rich do instead, they invest strategically over time. They also keep a portion in stable, low-risk assets while deploying capital gradually. Mistake 5, they don't build a team. Most people think professional financial advice is for people with more money than them. That belief is one of the most expensive mistakes a new millionaire can make. The wealthy, even those who are financially educated, surround themselves with a team the moment serious money arrives. A fee-only financial advisor. A tax strategist. An estate planning attorney. Sometimes a business accountant. Why? Because at the $1 million level, the stakes of every decision are enormous. A wrong tax move costs tens of thousands. A poorly structured investment loses hundreds of thousands. A missing estate plan creates chaos for your family. Here's the aha moment: the cost of good professional advice is tiny compared to the cost of making expensive mistakes alone. Most people avoid financial advisors because they don't trust them or don't think they need them. The wealthy view advisors as essential infrastructure, as important as the investments themselves. What the rich do instead, they build a trusted team before making major financial decisions. They pay for expertise because they understand that expertise pays for itself many times over. Mistake 6, they ignore taxes until it's too late. Here's a mistake that blindsides almost everyone outside of wealthy circles. $1 million doesn't arrive as $1 million. Depending on how it's earned, business sale, inheritance, investment gains, lottery, a significant portion can disappear to taxes immediately. Most people discover this after the fact. They spend or commit the full $1 million, then face a tax bill they weren't prepared for. Here's the aha moment: the rich plan for taxes before the money arrives, not after. They work with tax strategists to understand exactly how much they'll actually keep. They structure deals and investments in tax-efficient ways. They use legal vehicles like trusts, retirement accounts, and business structures to minimize what they owe. This isn't cheating. It's preparation. And it can mean the difference between keeping $750,000 and keeping $950,000 of that first million. What the rich do instead: they consult a tax professional before making any major financial moves. They treat tax planning as step one, not an afterthought. The big picture. So let's bring this all together. Most people would make the same predictable mistakes with their first million. They'd spend it like income. They'd tell everyone. They'd upgrade their lifestyle immediately. They'd invest it all at once in a panic. They'd go it alone without professional guidance. And they'd ignore taxes until the damage was done. The rich do the opposite, quietly, deliberately, and without fanfare. They protect the capital. They stay private. They buy assets before luxuries. They invest patiently. They build a trusted team. And they plan for taxes before spending a single dollar. None of this is complicated. But all of it requires knowing these rules before the money arrives. Because once the money arrives, emotions take over. And emotions are the enemy of lasting wealth. So, if you woke up tomorrow with $1 million, what would you do differently now? Think about that seriously. Because the answer says everything about where you are on your financial journey. The good news is this: you don't need to wait for $1 million to start thinking like a wealthy person. These principles apply at every level: $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, and beyond. The mindset comes first. The money follows. If this video added real value to your understanding of wealth, subscribe. We break down money, investing, and financial strategy in plain, honest English, every single week. See you in the next one.